Hi everyone, Miss Martin here, and today we are going to do our first chain reaction contraption machine. And I'm going to take it a couple steps further since we're already getting close to wrapping up this unit. So I'm going to try to add a few additional sections of this machine. So this is just the starting point here. And let's watch the intro video first.
In today's activity, you're going to build a chain reaction starter kit. It has everything you need to eventually create an entire chain reaction machine of your own. Now, the starter kit contains a ramp for a marble to roll down. This ramp is made out of paper, and you can see it's supported by a cup. The height of the ramp lets the marble up on top store the energy that it needs to power the machine that you're eventually going to make. Now, to release that stored energy, you need to start the marble rolling. For that, there's a little platform at the top of the ramp. You could start the marble rolling by lifting the platform with a finger, like this. But that's much too simple, and let's face it, that's boring for a chain reaction machine. So you'll make a ramp lifter, one of these. A scientist would call this a lever. Levers don't store energy, but they are useful for transferring energy. And by that I just mean moving energy from one place to another. Let me show you how it works. When something pushes down on one end of the lever pushes up with the other end. You're going to have to figure out how to make your lever lift your platform and so start your marble rolling down the ramp. Once you've figured that out, then you can use your machine for something that rolling marbles in chain reaction machines are really good at, and that's colliding with stuff at the end and making things move. The experiments you do today will help you in the next mystery, when you'll work with a team to build an entire chain reaction machine. But first, for today, let's make this important chain reaction starter kit. I'll walk you through all the steps to make one, and then you'll try some experiments.
Alright, so first we're going to work on the first three parts of the chain reaction machine. We have our cup with the ramp. If it gets tapped from underneath, then anything that's sitting right there, like this ball, will release and roll. Alright, and I brought back the alligator since I wanted to conserve how much paper I was using. I figured I would just use some materials from a previous experiment. So the goal is to get the ball into the alligator's mouth. I'm going to feed the alligator. And here is our lever. I made this lever by taking a rubber band and just pinning it to both sides. So first we're going to store energy putting the ball on top of the cup. And then we are going to experiment with the lever to see if we can get the lever to duplicate, whoops, not like that, to duplicate this motion. There we go. Rolling the ball into the alligator. So let's take a look at the lever and figure out how to adjust it, because in its current setup, it's kind of like a seesaw. It doesn't look like it would want to hit the bottom part of that cup. So what we're going to do is adjust where the axis is of this lever, which means adjusting the point of which it operates and which it flips. So that's giving me a bit of a higher point. All right. The thing with chain reaction machines is it's a lot of adjusting and a lot of figuring out exactly what's going to work. So let's put the alligator back where he belongs, at the end. There we go. Hard to do this one-handed sometimes. Let me push those down for just a second. There we go. Place the ball on the top. And then let's see if just by pressing down on this ruler, can I get the ball to roll into the alligator's mouth? Oh, not quite. Definitely did sort of what I wanted to do. Let's make sure it's positioned correctly. All right, so there's a problem I see at this end. It wants to roll in this direction. So let's adjust cup down a little bit. All right, maybe I need to increase how much force hits it. All right, that's closer. Now I just gotta make sure it hits it. Oh, too much force. All right, let's try one more time, maybe a bit more gently this time. And there it goes. Okay, so could we make this a bit more interesting? We have one thing that transfers energy, hits energy here. This is stored by height, but could we add a third part to this machine? So I'm gonna experiment a little bit and you guys can watch. I'm gonna set it up so you can see what I'm doing here. So some of the things that I have brought with me are using these to possibly fall onto this end of the ruler, or I also brought some books and I could potentially stack these books up like dominoes and I could get them to store height energy and knock into each other like that. All right, so let's try the markers first. I have a box up here. It's gonna give us some height. This might not work with the markers because they don't seem to want to stand up. Alright, it's not falling where it needs to fall. So now let's try the books. So for the books, even just that first step of getting the book to land where you want it to land can be challenging. So that one landed close. Not quite. And then you can see with these chain reaction machines, it's all about the setup and making one energy transfer go to the other. Maybe it needs to go this way. And you're with me here, guys, as I'm actually adjusting the machine, trying some different methods to get it to work. That looks pretty good. Scoot it back. So that looks like it doesn't quite want to do it exact each time. All right, so I'm going to play with this a bit more, and next time I'm going to see if I have a better chain reaction machine to share with you guys. All right, so just a reminder of how this one worked. We had a lever. It transferred energy when you hit the bottom part. The ball, which has disappeared. There it is. The ball, which was sitting on top of here, when the energy was transferred. It rolls into the alligator's mouth. So that's 3 instances of energy being used, stored, and released.